I'm going to try 3 products and I'm going to let you know what I think about them. Basically, it's is this worth the macros? Because, that's important. You don't want to waste your fat grams, your carb grams, your protein grams on stuff that just doesn't taste good. So let's get started, shall we? Now, to be fair, I did try these 2 of these last night after I bought them. The first one, this is from the Quest company, and basically it is a Quest version of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, the little minis. And 4 of the little cups are 150 calories with 12 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbohydrates, and 8 grams of protein. So, and it's less than 1 gram of actual sugar that is added to this. There is 3 grams of fiber in these 4 cups, so that's pretty good. The majority of the sugar that's in here is either just naturally from the peanut butter, or there's erythritol that is used as the sweetener, and that's a sugar alcohol. So this is what the packaging looks like, showing you that I didn't make up the macros, and is this worth it? So I'm gonna eat one for you. Okay, as you can see, it is very similarly sized to a Reese's Mini. I think it's a little bit smaller than a Reese's Mini. It's been a long time since I've eaten any Reese's product, so there's that. I'm gonna say this is more like the size of a Rolo, if you know what a Rolo is. Haven't eaten a Rolo in at least 10 years either, but that's kind of what it feels like. Okay, so, and then it's marked with Quest, just in case you had it like in a candy bowl or something, so that I guess nobody would mistake it for the Reese's version. Okay, so when you pull this out, you have the outer wrapper, but you don't have the little paper wrapper like you would with the Reese's. So you have one less thing to sort of slow you down with eating these. That's important to remember. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. Swallowing it. So what I would say is that the outer shell, the chocolatey shell, is a little bit thicker than you would have for a Reese's, and the peanut butter inside, it's just not as sweet. Doesn't have that sort of saltiness that, I fondly remember from the Reese's. The peanut butter flavor is there. It doesn't kind of, it's not quite as strong, but it's definitely there. And this would definitely satisfy a little craving, and you could use it as a nice little treat. So I ate the 1 cup, 1 divided in. So it was like 35 calories for the one. It was 3 grams of fat and 3 grams of carbs and about 3 grams of protein for that one little bite. Is it worth it? Yeah, I would say that this is worth it, but still think about this as being a treat. This is just an occasional treat. Okay, moving along. Now, I'm not going to taste this immediately because I do want to, I have a cup with some ice here. So this is also from Quest. This is like a ready to feed, ready to go version of the salted caramel protein shake. And one of these containers is 170 calories. It's 3.5 grams of fat. It's only 3 carbohydrates. There is no fiber in here, but it is 30 grams of protein. And also, just for note, it's 70% of your calcium for the day. So That's pretty good, especially if you're like limiting dairy products. So pulling this out, giving it a shake. Actually, I was looking for the powdered version of this, and they didn't have it at my Target, but I hadn't seen the ready to go one yet. I will say that it seems like the powdered version is only 2 grams of carbs, probably because I'm looking to see what's in here, water and milk. So probably because there's a little bit of milk that is in here to make it into the shake, as opposed to when you just have the powder. I mean, you could dissolve it like in water if you wanted to, and so you're gaining a gram of carb with that, but you know, 1 carb, not gonna kill you. So I'm pouring this in here. It also doesn't look quite as caramel colored as I would say that it looks when you do the powdered version. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a moment so that it can cool off, because being cold is really important with protein shakes, and if they're warm, like, oh, gross, okay? Then they just kind of taste proteinish, or you can taste the artificial sweeteners or whatever. So this is sweetened with sucralose, if that makes a difference for you, and obviously there is milk as well as soy that is in here. Okay, so we're going to jump to the next thing, and that is, I saw these, and no, they are not a diet, high carb, low carb. They're just regular food, okay? But I am definitely a marshmallow person. I love marshmallows. And so when I saw this as part of like I'm gonna call it the Valentine's display at the Target, I have no idea whether this favorite day is sold at other stores. I've only seen it at Target, but this is favorite day brand red velvet marshmallows with chocolate chips, and it's limited, so it's like a seasonal thing. You can see what it looks like here. So 5 little marshmallow pieces is a serving, and that would be 90 calories, 0 grams of fat, because usually marshmallows don't have any fat, but I would have expected with the chocolate chips to have a little bit of fat, but no fat. It's 20 grams of carbohydrates, 14 of which is sugar. There is no fiber in a marshmallow, these ones included, and there's 1 gram of protein. So these are like sugar, tapioca as like the base, and then it says it's a semi-sweet chocolate morsel. It does contain soy. Oh, you wouldn't find this at any other place, because it specifically says on here that it's distributed by Target and shop at target.com. So I guess this is, like a house brand for Target. But I love red velvet. Red velvet is delicious. And also I love marshmallows. So I thought, for 90 calories, or if you just ate one piece would be like 15 calories and would be 4 grams of carbohydrates. I thought, that's not so bad for the occasional treat, and I can make this last. Okay, so gonna pull this out so you can sort of see. Okay, so here are 2 marshmallows that I'm pulling out. So compare this to the packaging, not quite as appetizing looking. It's definitely got that, red velvet coloration. There's like a little bit of like a powdered sugar dusting here on the edges, and also like on the chips. So gonna go ahead and give this a little bite for you. Emphasis on the little bite because I like savoring a marshmallow. I did eat 8 servings worth of this last night. And here's what I have to say about it. It's a marshmallow. It's a good marshmallow. Is it red velvet other than the color? No. The chocolate chips, kind of disappointing. They don't really taste like much. So these are okay. Even though it says that they are made with love, they're okay. So if I had to put it on like a scale of like 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, with 0 being like completely horrible, makes me want to vomit, and 10 being orgasmically delicious, I'm going to put this at maybe a 6, which is probably where I would put a marshmallow anyway. What I like about marshmallows, I like the texture of a marshmallow, and it's definitely marshmallowy. But I mean, it's nothing particularly special. And it is, you can definitely taste the sugar like on the outside of the marshmallow. That sugar dusting is noticeable, so it's like sweeter on the outside than it is on the inside. So I guess if you're a person who likes to suck on a marshmallow, perhaps that would make you happy. But no, this, I was disappointed. I wanted something with more of a red velvet flavor. Any red velvet flavor would have been good. So I'm just gonna stick this to the side here. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna eat them, but you know, maybe I eat like one little piece every now and again, just, you know, if I'm craving something sweet, like after dinner or something. So yeah, but those are probably gonna last me quite a while. Okay, so now to try the Quest, and giving it a taste. Definitely on point with the salted caramel flavor, for sure. And it has a nice and smooth consistency. There's a little bit of that sort of, you know, artificial sweetener hit at the end, but this actually is delightful. This is great. And I do think that it's better than the powdered version. Because the powdered version, I think, I mean, a general statement, the powdered versions are always not quite as smooth. I always dissolve them like in my blender, like with ice and stuff, and make kind of more of a smoothie with it. But the flavor on this is great, and it definitely feels like a treat. So anyhow, still working on going from and training from weak sauce to hot sauce. And this is just part of my journey. And I am a real person. I love food and I love the treats. And I hate when things aren't what you think they're going to be. So hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know. And there are things that you would like for me to taste test for you. Have a great day.